At the end of the Clash of the Castle pay-per-view, it was Drew McIntyre that walked out unsuccessful due to the interference of CM Punk. And quite frankly, I wanted to go ahead and ask the question, where do we go with the World Heavyweight Championship, as well as Drew McIntyre and CM Punk from here on out? But hey, before we get to that, you like pro wrestling content? Feel free to like, comment, subscribe. Hit your boy on the socials as well as over on the Twitch, because that's where we went ahead and had our live reactions. And on top of that, while you're at it, let me know some of your hot takes on the Clash of the Castle, because I'll be doing a video for Monday based on y'all's hot takes. Leave as many as you want there. And again, like, comment, subscribe. Let's get to the video. Now, for Drew McIntyre and CM Punk, it is obvious that we are going to go down the route of these two having a match against each other, which should happen at SummerSlam. But I'm going to go ahead and offer up this, a 3-match series between CM Punk against Punk and McIntyre. The first match being obviously again at SummerSlam, the second match at Royal Rumble, and then their third and final bout at WrestleMania. However, with a bit of a twist, that being their first match, Drew McIntyre absolutely squashes CM Punk. Or you could actually, you know what? And I'm thinking this literally on the fly. I was originally going to say Drew squashes Punk, and this could be a storyline ultimately ending with Drew standing tall in the first match, and at the end of the final match these two have with each other, with a little twist again, that Drew could go ahead and drop the title to Punk. But you know what? Punk's able to take advantage of Drew McIntyre's blinding rage, his overwhelming aggression, his sheer excessive anger. And at the end of their match at SummerSlam, CM Punk is getting squashed, he is getting eradicated, eviscerated, destroyed by Drew McIntyre, but he's able to get the victory. Amongst his blinding rage, he loses focus of what's most important, and that's him defeating CM Punk, and he's hell-bent on merely destroying him, merely eradicating him, merely punishing this man. And Punk takes advantage, walks out with the victory, which sets Drew McIntyre off even further beyond. You could write CM Punk off for a couple of weeks, maybe even have him take some time off following this match, and you can go and put Drew McIntyre into a feud with somebody else, have Punk come back and kind of do his own thing. Give a few weeks, a few months even, to these two doing something else, while still having their interactions here and there. Punk is sitting there having the time of his life, while Drew is effectively unwinding more and more and more and more. You can have Drew McIntyre get into a feud with, say, Sheamus, which he damn near kicks his head off, while CM Punk could go ahead and start a feud with, say, you know what would be a really interesting feud to see with CM Punk? Somebody that Punk has never really interacted with, that hasn't wrestled with him before, and in fact was not even in the company the last time that CM Punk was around. At this point, he would have won the Intercontinental title off of Sami Zayn, most likely at Money in the Bank. But let me know your thoughts on CM Punk versus Chad Gable. A serious heel Chad Gable who has himself aligned with the Creed brothers, which most likely is going to happen on this upcoming episode of Monday Night Raw. Maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong, but I can see that being one hell of a feud. You can also have Drew going off and trying to have a feud with Damian Priest and Gunther at Bash at Berlin, when most likely Gunther will be reigning and defending as the undisputed World Heavyweight Champion, which CM Punk once again sticks his nose back into Drew McIntyre's business. But ultimately, these two don't have a second match up until the Royal Rumble, where Drew McIntyre nearly wins. 3, 2, 1. Burn it down! Seth freaking Rollins comes down, makes his return, and it is enough for CM Punk to get the victory over Drew McIntyre. Now, this next part here you can have as a bit of an optional choice, but you can have Seth Rollins regain his World Heavyweight Championship around the Royal Rumble, maybe Elimination Chamber, and at WrestleMania, you can can have it either be a triple threat match or a fatal 4-way with either option A, Drew McIntyre, CM Punk, and Seth Rollins, or option B, McIntyre, Punk, Gunther, and Seth freaking Rollins, where in the end, McIntyre finally gets his big victory. And you might be saying, well, Doshan, this feels like a long time to have the storyline be built up. Like, quite frankly, we aren't already having this with the WWE booking very, very long-term storylines. That being said, what about Gunther? I kind of already laid a bit of an outline, but there is a number of very intriguing opponents we can have with Gunther. You can run it back with Jey Uso, although he's most likely going to win the Money in the Bank contract. You can have him throw hands against the likes of a Rey Mysterio, and maybe even, whenever he returns, if he returns, Brock Lesnar. But I might go ahead and work on a proper video for the return, not the return of Brock Lesnar. I'm not going to touch that. Not for now. But what I will potentially do soon is fantasy booking the reign of the Ring General Gunther. Maybe. We'll see. Anyways, let me know your thoughts down below if y'all are down with any of these ideas that I came up with for how do we go on with Drew McIntyre following his loss against Damian Priest. And yeah, see ya.